What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, you guys. Welcome to Woosah Wednesday. I am so glad to have you guys back. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then hit that notification button that's right next to it. Also, give me a thumbs up on this video. And everybody knows I like to comment down below. So check me out down below. Let's talk about this thing. Now, this video is going to be really quick. I know you don't believe me, but it's going to be really, really quick. Because I know that you're going to have some questions after I do this video. And that is why this Friday I am doing Miss Honey's first live YouTube live video. I am so excited about it. I'm nervous, but I'm excited about it. I'm going to do a test run on Thursday, and then hopefully on Friday you guys can ask me any questions that you may have about not just this subject matter in this video, but anything else that I've said that you want me to elaborate on. I don't have no problem with it. Listen, I shade every inch I stand on, okay? One of the reasons why I like to process and unpack a situation is because I want to make sure when I say something, it has impact and I mean what I said, all right? That's why I don't jump right out there a lot of times, because one, I don't like to be made a fool of, and two, I don't like to go back and say, well, I didn't know this, so when I found out this, I got that. I try to avoid that. It's unavoidable in certain instances, but for the most part, this situation I think really, really needed to be looked at with a fine-tooth comb. It was so much information out there, you guys, about Queen's Court, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I've seen all the videos. I have read all of the snapshots. I've seen it on Instagram and of course YouTube, as well as Twitter. Everyone has been abuzz about it, and so like I said, I've seen everything, and I'm ready now to put my 2 cents in on it. All right, first of all, I don't believe any of it was about production. I think it was about exposure. I realize now that it was about exposure. And I believe that Khia was afraid of being exposed. I think Maddie leveling up was going to expose Khia, and I believe the conversation with Monique would have exposed Khia. I think Khia knew that. I think she's always known. I do believe that Khia, darkness. Okay, darkness avoids the light at all costs, because dark and light can't dwell in the same place. Okay, and exposure in the photography world means to expose light to the image to disperse the darkness in the image. Okay, so yeah, I think it was all about exposure. I think that a lot of the people that are out there saying they hope Maddie and Khia get back together, I felt the same way in the beginning, but now I realize putting Maddie, or hoping or wishing that Maddie will get back with Khia, is like hoping or wishing that an abused woman will go back to her abusive husband. I think it's the same thing. I think Khia was on her way to bleeding Maddie dry, whether it was financially or emotionally or spiritually. And then she was going to be on her way, just like she has done with everyone else she has known. Okay? Just like she has done with every other relationship she has had, because she is darkness. Okay? And Maddie is light, even in drag. I mean, even as a transgender, she's not a drag queen. Even as a transgender woman, even as a prostitution whore, huh? Shout out to Teresa Giudice. She's still light, okay? Because light don't have nothing to do with all of that. Light has to do with your inner man, your spirit, the character of a thing, okay? The heart of a thing, the intent of a thing. That's what light has to do with. And throughout all of this, have we heard one unkind word about Maddie? Have we heard, outside of from Khia, Have we heard anyone come forth and expose Maddie? Huh? Have we? Have we had anyone come forth and say, Maddie did this and did that, and she took me for my money and da 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 da? Have we heard that? We have not. Have we heard any business entity come along and say that Maddie has been less than professional, less than businesslike? Have we heard that? Huh? We have not. We have not. Have we heard anyone say that they booked her and she didn't show up? That when she showed up, she acted a fool and ruined the whole event? Have we heard that? No. Have we had any assistants come out the woodwork to expose Maddie? Have we? We have not. Maddie is the only one out of everybody, the producers, the Larry Reid Show, Funky Dineva, and Khia, that ain't nobody came out and had a bad thing to say about. Okay? Okay? Maddie is light. Khia is darkness. Light and darkness cannot dwell together. And the brighter Maddie's light gets, okay, the more Khia is going to have to get into the shadows. That's the only place darkness can hide, is in the shadows. Okay? Think about it. Think about it. All right? Now, go back to the video that Khia did. What was all that banging on the table and tapping? She taps, her bracelets, her rings or something. She was tapping her feet. She was kicking feet. That's a distraction. That is a distraction. That's like saying pretty birdie, pretty birdie, pretty birdie, all the while you're getting your pockets picked. Go back to that video where Maddie and Khia and this other woman, they were doing like a little live or something in this radio station, and this is when Khia was talking about how she had an assistant who took her for all her money and all her papers and all of this stuff. You'll notice she's rapping her elbow on the table. See, I notice little things. It's little things that gets my spidey sense going, right? She's rapping her elbow on the table as she talks. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. It's I don't know how to explain it, but it's a distraction. Okay? She is a liar. She is a consummate liar. Okay? And one of the things she tries to do to disperse the lie, to water it down, is she likes to speak first. Okay? She likes to speak first, which is why she put a video out knowing she had blocked Maddie, knowing she had not answered any calls from Maddie, and knowing that she hadn't talked to Maddie about the situation at all since it had happened. She put a video out there because she's darkness, and she is anticipating. I think she perceives there to be a certain amount of a measure of weakness in Maddie. It has nothing to do with strength. It has nothing to do with the ability to read. It has everything to do with the fact that you have a kind heart. People perceive individuals with character, morality, ethics, kindness, thoughtfulness. People who are darkness perceive that to be a weakness. Okay? I think she had every intention on bleeding Maddie dry, either financially, spiritually, emotionally. She had every intentions on bleeding Maddie dry. Okay? I wanted them to get back together. I wanted Khia to apologize. I wanted them to come together and, if it was necessary, apologize to one another. And let's get the show back on the road. Let's get back to entertaining the people. Let's get back to that, our guilty pleasure, our ratchetness. But now I realize, because I love Maddie, because I'm Team Maddie, that the best thing for Maddie is to be away from Khia. Okay? Khia's not going to be able to work with Maddie, even on the road, because Maddie is light and Khia is darkness. And light and darkness cannot dwell in the same space. I believe that, Tasha K did a great job on that interview, getting the gentleman to talk. When he first started talking, he really didn't, he wasn't really forthcoming with the information. And I think it was her warmth and her sort of charming kind of personality that got him to open up a little bit more. When he wasn't ready to get off. He wanted to tell a little bit more tea. I believe it is true. I believe I believe Khia's a scammer. I believe she's a scammer for whatever it is. Okay, I think she fundamentally has a problem with light. All right, I think that, and I may have said this already, I think Funky Dineva, I think Khia, and I think Monique are all the same individual. Okay, I think that when I said that Khia was afraid of Monique, first of all, we already know what was going to happen. Khia was going to overtalk Monique. Monique was going to overtalk Khia. It was going to be a back and forth, and Maddie was going to be in between trying to have a decent interview. I think some of the things that Monique did in that video proves that she is darkness. Okay. We're just talking about the intent of the heart here. I believe that, listen, one of the things that remained true with Monique, and it's not about Monique really, but I'm just making a point. Monique, Funky Dineva, and Khia, when put in a position where they feel exposure, they go to the lowest place possible. They are the most vicious. And people say all is fair in reads and gags and all of that. But listen, it's places. Now, Maddie, baby, Maddie got a mouth on her. But there's some places she will not go. There's some things that she will not do. It's about the intent of the heart. And Khia attacked Funky Dineva talking about his snorting. And then he attacked her talking about her children. Two places one should never go. Monique coming out on stage and saying, you know, that Lot. I forget who they said Lot, Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Tyler Perry, telling them to suck up. Now you think of something you can tell somebody worse than that. It's only a few things you can say to somebody worse than that. Okay, no wonder you was blackballed. All right, vicious people, vicious people. When you're put in a position, instead of following a place of character, having a bar that you don't go beneath a standard, they fail miserably at it. You know why? Because all is fair in darkness and war. All right. That is my opinion on this situation. I have a little bit more to say about Khia, but I just want to see what you guys think first. I know there's some people out there that are team Khia because you're looking at it from a perspective of production. But again, for me, it was never about production. It was about exposure. Go back and listen to that Khia video, how she talks about how it bothered her so for Maddie to have people in her home like it was her home. You had your closets open and people could see in your closet. If I was Maddie, I'd go check my closet. And even if I couldn't find nothing in my closet, I would anoint my closet. I'd pray in that closet, and whatever evil, okay, whatever evil, whatever bad that you have planned for me, that you have planted for me in my home, I'm telling you right now. Now, one thing about Maddie, she know the Lord and she know the word and she know what I'm talking about. All I have to say to Maddie is thank God that she walked out. Because if Khia had never walked out, girl, you would have been tied to a succubus. A succubus. Okay? A leech. She would have bled you dry, girl. She would have bled you dry. We got to be able to look at the God in every situation. The best thing to happen to Maddie, to the trajectory that she's on, is to drop that Khia. Is to get rid of that Khia. Maddie didn't have it in to do it herself. And God fixed it where Khia cut herself off. And she would be a fool, talking about Maddie, to take that back. You are free. Go on. Listen, if he got rid of her, he has a replacement. I promise you. He does. Don't worry, he does. Okay, so that's all I have to say about that, you guys. That is all I have to say. These are some of the things that I've saw. I am willing to elaborate on it more. I'm going to do that in my live on Friday, so you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Please remember to comment down below. Let's talk about it and think about some of the things you want to ask me. If you want me to elaborate a little bit more, again, I stand on every inch I shade. Your girl don't mind. Your girl don't mind. And I think Tasha K, Unwind with Tasha K, did a great job on that interview. And whether her and this gentleman were in cahoots or he's a victim, I'm telling you, there's a measure of truth in what he said. And Maddie needs to be where. Okay, that's all I have for you guys. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'll holla.